Indian Wells Swiatek and Sabalenka line up Andreeva and Keys in last for it was a weird match, with all the breaks and everything, but I wanted to be composed and really focused, and I'm glad that I did that. At the end it got really windy, which made it super tricky. When the conditions change during the match, you need to adjust quickly, and it's not that easy. I'm happy that I was pushing until the end. IGA Swiatek. First in action on day 9 was Swiatek, the defending champion, who avenged her Olympic semi-final loss by beating Zheng Qinwen, the Paris Games gold medalist from China and seeded 8 here, 6-3, 6-3, to reach the semi-finals at Indian Wells. The 23-year-old world number 2 from Poland delivered another dominant performance as she continued her bid to become the first woman to win 3 titles in the California desert, winning her 10th straight match here. Swiatek becomes the first player in history to reach the Indian Wells semi-finals in 4 consecutive years, and she has lost just 2 main draw matches at the tournament in her career. I think, every time, is a bit different, Swiatek said when asked about the swirling on-court conditions. If I'm gonna adjust well, then I'm gonna be able to use it to my advantage in terms of, I don't know, playing more spinny with the wind so it bounces even higher. Swiatek has conceded only 12 games on her way to the semi-finals, and improved to 7-1 overall against Zheng. After dropping just 2 games in each of her first 3 matches, the pole was broken twice as she faced her toughest test so far, but she secured the win with a flourish as she broke Zheng to love in the final game after a brief shower paused play late in the second set. It was a weird match, with all the breaks and everything, but I wanted to be composed and really focused, and I'm glad that I did that, Swiatek said. She made another quick start, riding an early break to move 3-0 up before Zheng, trailing 1-4, rallied to take a 40-0 lead in the 6th game, only for the second seed to bag the next 5 points for another service break. Undaunted, Zheng immediately pulled 1 break back, and held to narrow the gap before Swiatek pocketed the set with a comfortable hold. The pole opened the second with another break as the Chinese, once again, let a 40-0 lead slip away, and she went down 2 breaks before managing to get on the board for 1-4. Swiatek fought off 3 break points when Zheng found some momentum, but got herself within a game from victory just as threatening clouds moved in, and the wind picked up. A brief shower forced a pause as Zheng served to stay in the match, after which the Chinese garnered another break before Swiatek seized the win. At the end it got really windy, which made it super tricky, said Swiatek later. When the conditions change during the match, you need to adjust quickly, and it's not that easy. I'm happy that I was pushing until the end, added Swiatek, who will face 17-year-old Mira Andreeva for a place in the final, after the Russian battled past Ukrainian veteran Elena Svitolina. Last tournament we played, for sure there is a lot to analyze and to learn from, Swiatek said. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not overthinking it now. It is the Pole's 3rd semi-final of 2025, and it was her delivery that proved the greater weapon as she won 74% of her first serve points, compared to Zheng's 53%. The Chinese is the more renowned for her serve, having slammed a tour-leading 445 aces in 2024, and winning a remarkable 76% of her first serve points last year, but, in this encounter, it was Swiatek who proved the more effective. Her serving superiority was underpinned by her clutch returning as the Pole converted all 5 of her breakpoint opportunities, while saving 3 of the 5 against her. At the tail end of each set, Swiatek wobbled briefly while Zheng played her best tennis, but the gulf proved too big to make up both times, and the Pole comfortably avenged her loss at the Olympics. Well, obviously, coach Wim Fizet analyzed this match, Swiatek said. And we, kind of, spoke about it a bit, but, besides the fact that this was the only match that I lost against Qinwen, and I wanted to learn from it, it didn't really cross my mind that much, because I knew that this is on hard court, and I knew what I did wrong on the Olympics. Swiatek now faces 9th-seeded Andreeva as the Pole bids to reach her first final since Roland Garros last June. The 17-year-old Russian rolled to her 10th straight win after defeating Svitolina, the 23rd seed, 7-5, 6-3, to make her 2nd straight WTA 1000 semi-final. Andreeva broke the former world number 3 serve 5 times and struck 23 winners, which was more than double Svitolina's total of 11. In a tight opener, neither lost serve until 5-5, when Andreeva broke Svitolina after having saved the only 2 breakpoints either had faced in the set, while serving in the fourth game. In the second set, Andreeva regrouped after losing a 3-1 lead to win the last 3 games of the match in an hour and 28 minutes. In the last 4, Andreeva faces Swiatek for a third time, hoping to repeat the 6-3-6-3 result she scored against the 5-time major champion on her way to winning her title in Dubai 2 weeks ago. Of course, it's always nice to beat a top player. It was my first win over her, Andreeva said. It doesn't give me any benefit to our match tomorrow, because what happened, happened, and the past is in the past. Tomorrow is going to be a new day, new match, new conditions, new country. Everything is different. I'm going to try my best to prepare in the best way for our match tomorrow, and I'm sure that the match is going to be great, because our head-to-head is 1-1. I think it's going to be an entertaining match, and we're just going to see who is going to be better tomorrow. In the other top half quarterfinals on Thursday, Sabalenka became the final player to secure a spot in the last 4, cruising past Russian Ludmila Samsonova, 6-2, 6-3, in an hour and 23 minutes, and next takes on Madison Keys, the Australian Open champion, who breezed past former Olympic gold medalist Belinda Bencic from Switzerland, 6-1, 6-1, in just 65 minutes. Yeah, Sabalenka said in her on-court interview. Crazy matches ahead. Sabalenka has been an Indian Wells champion on 1 previous occasion, at the age of 20 in doubles, playing in 2019 with Elise Mertens, but the singles title has eluded her in 5 previous attempts. 2 years ago, she fell in a tight final to Elena Rybakina. The Belarusian has been a little unsettled as she has moved through the draw in straight sets this time round. Her first match, against American McCartney Kessler, went into a tiebreak and she eventually prevailed, 7-6, for 6-3, while, after defeating Italy's Lucia Bronzetti, 6-1, 6-2, she was pushed by number 83 ranked Sonri Kartal from Great Britain. The world number 1 faced few problems against Samsonova, though, dominating from start to finish after conceding her serve in the opening game that hinted at a potentially tight contest. After trailing 0-2, Sabalenka quickly took control, breaking back in a hard-fought game and leveling at 2-2. With the match back on even terms, the 3-times Grand Slam champion dialed up the aggression, overwhelming her opponent with sheer power and serving with confidence. She was more clinical in the key moments, converting 3 of her 5 breakpoints, while Samsonova capitalized on her only opportunity, and she reeled off 6 consecutive games to take the first set in 45 minutes. Sabalenka kept her foot on the gas in the second, winning the first 12 points on the trot. A single break, and holding her serve, put her 3-0 up, stringing together a total of 9 consecutive games won, but world number 25 Russian managed to break the streak with her serve, and regain some confidence. It was short-lived as Sabalenka took control at 3-3 again, and rode out the match with solid service games. The Belarusian posted an impressive 69% first serve percentage, winning 71% of those points, while also claiming 55% of the points on return keys, ranked a career-high 5th in the world after breaking through for her maiden major in Melbourne, is trying to become the first US woman to lift the title in the California desert since Serena Williams in 2001. She beat Sabalenka in that final in 3 sets in January at Melbourne Park, denying Sabalenka a 3rd consecutive title. Keys extended her winning streak to 16 matches, after dominating Bencic, and she advances to her first Indian Wells semi-final and 3rd last for appearance of the year. The 30-year-old American has not lost a match on the Hologic WTA Tour since her first tournament of the year in Auckland. I think the reality of winning as many matches as I have, this early in a season, hasn't ever really happened for me, Keys said. So I think there is definitely a lot of just, kind of, confidence from all those wins under your belt. I think it, kind of, gives me the confidence to, in really tight situations, just continue to go for whatever I want to. Facing Bencic for the 5th time, Keys improved to 3-2 against the Swiss with another powerful display from the baseline, finding a way to deploy her first strike game plan in the slow and windy conditions at Indian Wells. It's been a little bit of a strange year here, Keys said. Obviously always, kind of, prepared for the wind, but it's been hot, and then cold, and then rain. So it's definitely been a little bit of everything, but to be expected sometimes, so just, kind of, have to deal with it, and roll with whatever the day is giving you.